Hey, it's Pastor Paul from Pilgrim Church. So glad you're with us today. This coming Sunday, we're going to be reading from the book of Romans. And Romans is one of those books in the Newer Testament that puts a lot of emphasis on what it means to be under the law and under grace. And it's quite an important distinction to make. We usually think of law in our context as being things you get arrested for, or things you have to pay fines for. But law in the Bible was talking simply about the boundaries and the rules of religion. And sometimes it's important to have rules, right? But it's also important to be aware of how God calls us to be aware of the rules and also to be aware of what's behind the rules, what makes the rules sometimes important and sometimes to get in our way. For example, when we love our neighbor, or more importantly, when we love our enemy, that causes us to think completely outside the box of what we think about as rules. We usually think about our enemy as somebody to be avoided or to be hated even, when the scripture calls us to love even those people. That requires a different element. We call it grace. Yes, we talk a lot about grace because it's so important to what it means to be a Christian. We're going to be talking about that this Sunday. How do we navigate those distinctions? How do we make sure that we are offering people grace even in difficult times or with folks that are contrary? Hope you'll be a part of us this Sunday because we really want to get to the root of this so that we can be better examples of followers of Jesus. We'll see you this Sunday.